What could they need so much metal for? You could outfit an army with a mine of this scale. Something truly exceptional. These Farragon play a dangerous game. Will best you!
What's up, everybody? Hey, what's up, Caps? How you doing? You guys see the new unique item changes or whatever? The body armor looks fucking stupid. It's gonna be so OP.
I need more time.
On the GGG specific YouTube channel, like on their official YouTube channel, they posted a video showcasing 2 uniques. One of them was brand new. I don't know if it's brand new, it might be reworked, but the body armor look is crazy, and then they reworked the helmet too, and that looked whatever. Body armor looked crazy though.
The miners. What happened here? Will best you! I can't get it.
There, both reworked? Gotcha. Well, the body armor looks fucking crazy. It is going to be an awesome defensive layer. What would you say the main difference between Witch Hunter and Titan Whirling Assault? I'm considering going Whirling Assault something, but I'm not quite sure what. That's a good question. So, like, Titan will just have better, like, damage and dinner. Hey, what's up, Dirk? What's up, Sour? Titan's just gonna have, like, more raw damage. Like, with Witch Hunter, you're gonna have to, like, try and scale your damage for your, like, specific uniques or something. Like, in terms of, like, raw DPS, Titan will always do more DPS than Witch Hunter. But Witch Hunter has, like, a lot of fun utility options, like, a really good defensive layer. Sorcery Ward might be an amazing defensive layer this next patch. It depends on if you're playing Culling Strike or not. Culling Strike can be really fun on Witch Hunter as well, so the new Culling Strike gloves could be cool. But ultimately, like, I would say they're comparable. It's, you know, it's more like a preference of which one you would, like, want to play. I would say Titan's arguably the better one, if I had to say which one was the best one. But, with the new endgame, it's, like, hard to say what would be better, right? Like, Titan has better, like, potential, like, damage and, like, AoE scaling and stuff. So if, like, killing stuff fast is, like, the ideal for the new endgame, then, like, maybe Titan. But the defensive layer you get from Sorcery Ward is, like, so awesome. And with the new passive tree coming, you never know if the 124 weapon set passives. Oh, she's still in that phase. I forgot that whenever you stun her, she doesn't end that phase. But yeah, Zealous getting position's also really good at helping with clear, especially during, like, Abyss or when you're under-geared. So, like, I don't know. Witch Hunter is really cozy. I would say Witch Hunter is cozy as fuck. But, like, if you're talking about, like, what's the mathematical best scaling option? Titan. So, if it's, like, let's just say there's a boss that has 100 million life, right? And it's a really fucking hard boss. Like, Titan's probably going to have the better time killing that. But Witch Hunter also has the concentration stuff. Like, Witch Hunter is, like, I'm a big Witch Hunter simp. So, it's hard for me to not simp for Witch Hunter. My heart tells me, you know, it's probably better to recommend you Titan. But keep in also mind, one thing to keep in mind is, well, one reason why Titan is so good is because of the hulking form, and specifically with leech builds, with how much life they get, Titan can abuse a lot of the small leech nodes to boost their leech potential. With the leech nerf, that might be a small nerf to the defenses of Titan. Probably is a nerf to the defenses of Titan, where that doesn't impact Sorcery Ward at all. So, like, just as a defensive layer, Sorcery Ward is awesome. If it doesn't get nerfed. It could get nerfed. It could get fucking nerfed. You never know, boys. That's a lot of regen on the new unique chest. Yeah, the new unique chest looks fucking ridiculous. It looks busted. And, like, that's just me looking at it with my, like, my 8 brain math. Like, whenever people figure out, like, how to min-max that and then, like, how to scale it, like, that chest has some serious potential. I told you you should go bow Chrono. Well, you can't use the build I want to play on Chrono. Like, the build that I'm playing, you have to do on Warbringer. Sadly. Oh, you're going Warbringer 2 twice? Yeah, I'm league starting Warbringer probably now. We're going... Which one is it? We're going Ironbound. We're Ironbound Warbringering it up. So you have no clue what your league's starting yet? I'm pretty locked in on this bow. But I also said I was pretty locked in on Chronomancer, so we'll see what happens by launch, but the build we've been cooking up for this Ironbound bow, like, I think it has some, like, absurd potential, and just visually, it's gonna be a spectacle. So, like, I feel like I'm gonna league start it. It's gonna be a really good league starter, and it's gonna be really fun. When I say a really good league starter, I mean a good league starter for me. I don't know about for the average normie. But for me, I'm gonna have a fucking blast playing this build. So my league start will be fun as fuck.
Face me!
I don't know why. Neither of the new ascendancies are like, and I said this would be the case, like, I predicted this, like, forever ago. To me, the ascendancies, like, it's gonna be hard for me to, like, not have a favorite that isn't Witch Hunter. So, like, when new ascendancies drop, they have to have something, like, that specifically calls to me for me to play them. For me, like, weapons are just way more important than ascendancies, and I don't really care about, like, the ascendancy I want to play every time is Witch Hunter. So, I just want new weapons to play on Witch Hunter. But the Monk, it looks cool. I'll probably end up playing the Monk at some point in the league, maybe a Thorns build on it. I don't really care about the Beastmaster ascendancy. Spirit Walker, what's it called? Spirit Walker? If Righteous Fire Roa works with that ascendancy, then maybe I'll do Righteous Fire Roa on it, but I don't know. I don't really care. It ain't for me. So, and I haven't played a Warbringer as a league start since 0.2, I think. So I'm kind of down the Warbringer as my league start. It'd be cool if they announced more, like, hidden shit that we didn't think was coming. I don't know, like, for some reason, I don't think, like, a lot of people, like, some people are, like, going as far to think swords are going to be announced before launch. I don't think we're getting anything big that hasn't already been teased, personally. It was specifically, I don't remember which interview it was in. I think it was the Destin interview. Jonathan said that Disciple of Varashta was a very, like, one-off situation where many different people all agreed to work overtime because they were all just, like, in love with it and wanted to make sure it was in the patch. And I just don't, yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's baiting us, but when he said that, it made it seem like, you know, they're not going to be able to slip in a new ascendancy. But, you know, I would love to be wrong. Sorry I missed the beginning. Why Warbringer? Because of the bow I'm using. Or I'm going to use on League Start. It's, like, designed for Warbringer, basically. Hey, what's up, Arthur? How you doing, bro? How was the pod? I couldn't watch it. It was good. It was good. It hasn't been posted quite yet on YouTube. Because of Miso's schedule. I'm sure it'll be live soon on YouTube. No, it was a good episode. I love Rax. I can hide this bow now. Or I guess I can keep it someplace on screen. Because people are going to keep asking. But yeah, this bow's probably my league starter. I have a video I posted on my YouTube channel talking about this build. But what's cool about it is... Where's my character? Yeah, this one. So... This bow... It has the bottom line, arrows return if they have pierced a target which had fully broken armor. And, in short, TLDR, Warbringers can, like, fully automate that interaction with a single hit, and that single hit will, like, obey the rules of it will return. But to showcase why it's cool, this is what returning projectiles looks like in, like, a very bad showcase of it.
It's your lucky day.
This is the only way you can really functionally, like, showcase this in this patch, because there's not good return arrow skills in the game. You have to do it with Frostwall to showcase it right now, because the only way to get projectiles return is with this quiver, and you have to pierce at least 2 enemies for it to return. So that's why, like, I have to use, like, Ice Wall to showcase it, and that's why sometimes it doesn't look like it's working well, because it's not piercing 2 walls. But with the bow that we'll be playing with, and Warbringer on launch, like, you don't need any, like, there's no, like, chance it won't return. Every single shot will break armor, because we're Warbringer with, oh, I'm not a Warbringer right now, but because we're Warbringer with anvil weights, and then, because of pass-through rounds, projectiles pierce enemies with fully broken armor. So that the arrow will then pierce, and then it'll return to me because it pierced the target that had fully broken armor. So you basically automate this bow's effect, but also Warbringer is the class that can get the highest block chance in the game. The highest possible block chance in the game, as of right now, is 75%, and it's on Warbringer. Nothing else can get close. So that just maximizes the damage on this new bow. So that's why we're playing on a Warbringer. Like, it's quite literally like this bow is designed to be played for a Warbringer. But, as you can see here, the return effect is fucking cool looking. In mapping, it's going to be so goddamn powerful, but also it works with other stuff. It works with Snipe. It works with Spiral Volley. And it doesn't, like... You're not seeing the full effect of the returning arrows because half of them aren't double piercing. It'll be like every single shot. And the cool thing about Ice Shot is... Like, this is a single arrow from Ice Shot, but when Ice Shot shatters, it sends out all the projectiles, and those return. That's why a single Ice Shot, like, returns 500 projectiles. So Ice Shot has a really cool interaction with it. This bow's going to be sick next patch with Ice Shot. From a bossing perspective, you can barrage and then snipe the boss, and all of the snipes will return and do double damage. There's no damage penalty loss on it. It'll hit twice. It's just, Snipe already chunks bosses, and now it's going to return and double chunk. And then, if you don't want to use Spiral Volley, or excuse me, Ice Shot, you can use Spiral Volley. And Spiral Volley has, it'll kind of look like Bullet Storm when you have the full effect of the bow scaled. It'll be cool. It'll be cool. The biggest question mark is, and we did, like, a bunch of people did a bunch of math for me because I'm not smart with math. The bow does have really good scaling potential depending on how the rune forging system works. The biggest problem with it is we don't know. It's a level 11 bow, so hopefully it drops early on, but we don't know if this is like got a weird item level to it or if it's super rare. So hopefully on League Start, I'll be able to buy one within the first hour or two. But that's the biggest question mark right now is like, how rare is it? When will it start dropping? Hopefully I have one by the time we have unlocked Warbringer. Because with Warbringer, again, it's just super, like, once you get pass-through rounds and you have the armor break, it's just every shot's going to return to you that you shoot. And then, what's the name of the quiver? Forget the name of it. Rearguard. Rearguard's level 32 quiver, which, like, pairs perfectly with this build. So you scoop this up at some point in leveling. You know, obviously it's not SSF friendly. It's, you know, you're gonna have to trade for, at minimum, the bow. So if you don't want to trade, then, you know, I'll make it clear not to play this build. But I think it's got a lot of potential, and at worst case, it's a really fun build, and then, you know, I swap the Titan. But I am, like, right now, it is more than likely I am League starting this build. It has one over Chrono for me. The Chrono rework changes or the Chrono buffs would have to be fucking insane for it to win over this build for me. Because I think this bow's got, like, it's gonna look a lot like Bulletstorm Witch Hunter did. Like, when you're when you have Spiral Volley going off, like, in the middle of a map, every single one of those shots is gonna return to you. It's gonna look fucking awesome. But also, you can still, I think you can still fork and chain. After Pierce, you can still fork and chain. So, like, it'll be even crazier when min-max with, like, frenzy charges and stuff. It'll just fucking look awesome. But it's also gonna scale well. I think it's gonna be an awesome build. Base damage is so low, though. I mean, it gets scaled. The base damage gets scaled by block chant, so 75% blockage. I have a video on my channel talking about it, Toast. I have, like, all of the math on the video at some point. I didn't do any of the math, but essentially... Hold on, I think I have the images still on my thing. Actually, I do. Sweet, look at this. I'm missing one still. Hold on. Let me find it. I'm missing one that the one I was wanting to show is... Where are you? Hold on, I gotta find it. Sorry, I had to respond to someone at work. Okay. I was getting an image. Give me a sec. I'm getting an image from the Thorns Discord. Give me a sec. I gotta show how we got this potential, I'm trying to find this damn image. Give me a sec. I'm sorry. I'll find it in a second. I've almost found it. Okay, here it is. I found it. We did it, boys. Okay. So, we have this talisman here. We saw this talisman in the reveal stream. And this is scaled up from like a level 1 unique talisman. And it says level 38. Which on paper is like, oh damn, they only scaled to level 38. But when you look at its base physical damage, it actually scales to the level 78 Jade Talisman. So despite them being level 38 uniques, they're scaling to a much higher base. So essentially, if that's how they work, where they scale up to those bases, which makes sense. If the point was to make them endgame viable, they need to scale up to the endgame bases at least. That's where they got the math for these bows in the Thorns Discord. This math is with this bow right here. This is just what the damage would be on the bow at block cap. If you have 75% block, this does not include added damage from rings. This doesn't include anything like that. This should just be what the bow's DPS would be at when you're at block cap, if it's upgraded with the, whatever it's called. And this math might be wrong, but this is a rough guesstimate. And this one over here, the one on the left, this would be the DPS if you're counting the return shot. Which, when you count the return shot, it actually becomes a fairly competitive bow. So, again, this is all, fake Thorns Discord math. I don't, I don't know how accurate it is. The guy who did the math said he doesn't know how accurate it is either. And it's under assumptions. It's under assumptions. So, we could end up league starting it, it gets us to the campaign, and then it's like, oh shit, this thing sucks, and then we re-roll to something else. That might happen, but I don't think that's going to be the case. It should more than likely be more than good enough to get us to red maps. And competitive, I don't know if is the right word tossed. I don't think there's any world it is competitive with a rare bow that's crafted with projectile skills and stuff on it. Competitive to that, I can't say. But is it good enough to full clear the game with, at most 1 to 2 minute boss fights? Yes. I think it's going to be good enough to, do everything on the hardest difficulty. You might not be able to one-shot everything. But it also has the potential to do, depending on how the math goes, it could also do really good DPS, but it seems like on paper it's good enough to have enough fun, at least. But I think it's a serious contender, but you never know. A lot of it's assumptions, so. Oh, one thing I didn't show is also Tornado Shot's going to be awesome with it. For just extra projectile spam. Nimmy's is cracked in PoE 1, so I can see the lore. Is Nimmy's something that's similar to Ironbound? I don't know what Nimmy's is. And yeah, sorry, that's the Thorns Discord. Yeah, I'm gonna start promoting the Thorns Discord more on the podcast. At this point, the Thorns Discord, because Thorns is very weird. There's a lot of weird shit you can do with it, but it attracts a lot of off-meta build creators. And at this point, there's just, so much off-meta build discussion talk in there that, it's basically an off-meta Discord. And we talk less about Thorns than anything else there, so I'm just going to start promoting the Thorns Discord as, a place to go discuss fun builds, because so many people in the Thorns Discord are constantly talking. We have, channels dedicated for, making new builds and stuff, it's cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we can full reband to off-meta Discord, but it's basically starting to push that way. It's a ring that gives return projectiles. Give it a look. You might as well, and get some ideas. Yeah, I'll check it out. Nimmy's, I'll check it out. But yeah, the only return projectile thing we have in PoE 2 is this, as far as I could find. I think there's a support gem actually, but I don't know how it worked. I didn't look into it, but the new bow here, Ironbound, it should be sick, and yeah, I think it'll be able to full clear the end game. I ain't worried about that. So that's why we're practicing Warbringer bow starts. We're just, you know. It's basically whatever Kyle's playing today, Discord, in a lot of cases. There's a lot of, like, Funky Chicken, he's a build maker. He's in the Thorns Discord now. Like, we got Last Protagonist. Like, there's so, like, Panda. Like, I don't know, man. There's so many people that, like, just talk about random builds. But yes, I go through builds like crazy, so it does very quickly become like, I throw out an idea and then a lot of people start like, ooh, this sounds like we should see if this is even possible. And a lot of the time it's not possible, or someone will be like, I've already tried that, it sucks. It's like, darn. But yeah, there's a lot of people in there that are cool. Crazy's in there, of course. He's cool. I was messing... Sorry, I just saw what you said, Matthias. I was messing around with this build as well earlier in POB. Yeah, I think it's... And one thing to keep into account is, like... I need to take the bow off the screen. I forgot I was still on the screen, but... one thing to take into account is... You get block chance by scaling armor. And we're getting, like, armor EV and armor applies to Ellie buffs. So, like, defensively... this build could be really solid, but also... we could be using ward as well. So, like, it's probably not going to be, like, glass cannon at all, which is cool. I hate glass cannon builds. I always lean tanky, but, like, this build, like, you're scaling your offenses, essentially, to at least a little bit, through your defense, so... I don't think so, Crazy. The general consensus I have seen around that is overcapping does nothing. But specifically on Warbringer, like, the Ascendancy passive just sets you to a hard 75. But if you, like, overflow, the assumption is it wouldn't work at all. Now, like, you need a lot more armor than that. I'm not gonna pretend. We have a channel for this build in the Thorns Discord. Like, all the math has been, like, discussed in there by other people, but it is, you need a good amount of armor at endgame to be able to get the block cap. Sorry, let me rephrase. If you're trying to block cap only off of armor and not using the passive tree, jewels, and other stuff, you need a lot of armor, which is what, like, the endgame goal is to do. Like, you don't want to have any investment into block on anything. You want to just, like, have a giga armor and have your armor fully handle the block cap. You need a lot of armor for that. But if you're, like, getting a bunch of block on the tree and, like, using the block, quiver, then, yeah, you can get it a lot easier, but... sorry, yeah, I got confused. But for the endgame optimization, you need a fuckload of armor, is what we were trying to figure out. So you are probably right, Crazy. It's probably not much armor to initially get the cap, with, like, using the quiver and some other block resources. But when you're trying to, you know, use a rare quiver and, not use block jewels, not use the block nodes, because there's a lot of block nodes on the area. But, like, ideally, right, you don't take any of them, right? You don't want to put a single passive into any block nodes. The only block nodes we will get on this tree, ideally, in the late game setup, are these ones here. Because we want to get lay siege, because this is just 75% increased damage when we have that. So ideally, you're hitting block cap and giga late game without any passive point investment except for these points here. Are you thinking brass stone for your chest plate? Potentially. I mean, initially, it depends on the price of it. I have, like, leagues, like, my last 3 league starts have all used brass dome, and it's always been, like, a divine or 2 at most. But, like, brass dome is, like, gaining in popularity every patch, and, you know, with the ward system, brass stone is going to convert a fuckload of armor to ward. So, like, that might, like, I'm worried, and then... Like, Brass Dome, like, people don't understand how good Brass Dome's unique effect is. Crit immune is fucking crazy. And I'm worried that, like, with Ward being, like, making it a competitive option, and, like, people catching on to, like, how fucking good crit immune is, especially in a newer endgame, I'm worried Brass Dome's gonna be expensive as fuck.
Is full.
Advance with me. There are 2 more gates we must open.
You could try Corridos to test some reversing. It has a chance to make your arrow pierce in return. Oh, is that the RNG quiver?
I've nowhere to
I mean, I'm just curious. Like, my biggest question mark with this patch is like everything involving runes and wards, or not runes, but wards. Like, how you get ward, how it gets spent, like the entire ward system is like, I'm very excited about it. Brass Dome might be cheap if dropping ritual. That's true. That's true. But yeah. Brass Dome is, like, in my opinion, like, in an ideal world, I buy Black Braid first at, like, a very low level. Black Braid is fucking insane. Like, I have used this body armor until red maps before. It's fucking awesome. But even beyond that, just as if you're playing an armor build throughout the campaign, use Black Braid. It'll make you the tankiest, like, armor character you'll play throughout the campaign. And then, ideally, you use this till Brass Dome. And then eventually you probably itemize into a rare body armor. Maybe you keep Brass Dome. But, I might make, like, a video or a YouTube short about Black Braid. Because Black Braid is, like... As someone who league starts Armor Stacker, or plays Armor Stacker so much, Black Braid is the best item for armor characters. And to scale this bow, I'll need a lot of armor. Witch Hunter with Ward? Yep. It's part of the reason why I kind of wanted to league start a Witch Hunter, because I feel like Witch Hunter is just going to be insanely tanky. Hey, I'm good. I'm doing good, Michelle. How you doing? Oil grenade with incinerate still good. It's getting deleted in the patch. It is going to be completely unplayable, and that is hard confirmed. There's like, it's not speculation. It's hard confirmed. They banned it from races, so it is absolutely gone. I didn't mean to snipe there.
has disgraced me. Drop the sack. This time, we choose war. We shall finish this.
But not today.
Make haste. He must not escape.
After long consideration, I've decided to choose Warbringer as my league starter. Excellent. Join me on the Bowbringer. Well, you don't have to join me on the Bowbringer, but at least join me on the Warbringer.
We must battle sorcery with sorcery.
If you stand by the exit, you can avoid all the damage, by the way. Interesting. I will try that. The text.
Countess as you. Time is short.
If the
Oh,
my
shit.
words are renowned. Goodbye.
I didn't kill Babala. I forgot.
Who goes there? Take your time. Take care.
No, no. At some point, you'll see the way of the bow, Michelle. You will see the way of the Bowbringer. It is the future for all of us. Do twins instead, but then I can't do my ascendancy now, and I want to do it now. I want to do it now. Is it down there? I think Infernal Legion makes it to 0.5 untouched. I don't know. I'm not like a minion expert, but like, I'm gonna guess it's like, I don't really see. I mean, there are some pretty good Infernal Legion minion builds this patch. Like the Doggo one was cool.
Fear will best you.
I don't know. I can't say. I would say I don't think it's absurdly overpowered based off what I saw, so. But I don't know what GGG thinks about it.
I know nothing of these symbols. What secrets lie within?
Now, Jingak, I prove myself. I need more time. I need more time. Need mana. Hatun! Boom deck. You sting like the scorpion. Face me.
Okie doke. Let's go become a Warbringer.
A coin. What is this?
A coin. Sure, I'll upgrade my mana flask. I don't think Abyssal Lich is getting nerfed.
Blessings in spirit.
Maybe, but I think it's fulfilling the role it's supposed to fulfill. Personally. I don't think it's like, you know, a problem. It's fucking cool. But maybe. Maybe they put a cap on how many minions you can sacrifice to like 25 or 30 to prevent the people who are doing like 200 minion sacrifices. But I don't know. I am not sure on that one.
will show them how a true warrior fights.
Oh no, you think they're nerfing it because of Twister builds? I mean, that would suck. Twister Abyssal Lich is kind of crack.
I will serve.
But like, I think it's fine because like some people don't like playing that side of the tree, right? Like, that's the Twister build for the caster ascendancies. Like, I don't know. I think it'll be okay. I could be wrong though. I don't look at Lich, Abyssal Lich as a problem in the meta right now. But it does have some outliers that are like, oh, that's crazy.
I'm not ready.
Impressive endurance. I would give anything for a sip. The ritual has been disrupted.
Yeah, I know. Like, hopefully there's a Darth microtransaction and Gazi interview apparently with the devs. So hopefully that's after patch notes and we can get some more balanced talk then. I know I need the patch notes. I mean, I need launch. I don't need patch notes. I need launch.
I can't yet. Meat creature.
Wait, when do we get the patch notes? You said it's the 21st? The 21st New Zealand time? So the 20th for us? We have the podcast with Pox on the 21st at 1 p.m. my time. And I hope we have the patch notes before that. That would make that podcast so much better. Like, it's obviously going to be a God tier podcast, but if we have patch notes to yap about,
That was close.
might be later in the day on the 21st. If it's later in the day on the 21st, my time zone, that sucks, because then we won't have it before the podcast. Yeah, the notes are confirmed for the 21st. And then we have Captain Lance on the day before launch. So that'll be fucking fun. So at worst case, we'll be talking patch notes with Lance. But hopefully we're talking them with both Pox and Lance.
I need more time.
I miss.
A great challenge overcome.
Hey, what would you do if GG added a quill burst to range skills? I don't know. I would hate that probably. I don't want Thorns to be a range thing. I mean, you would need barbs too. If it was just burst, it wouldn't really do anything. Like, it would change up maybe the spear play style a little bit, but it would have to be barbs and bursts for it to like have an impact. It would be like weird, but I mean, you could play Thorn bow builds then. I don't think it's likely. But I'm a melee main, you know, I got melee brain.
Stand tall.
I mean, we don't know if Pox is hyped about the RF staff. He might be annoyed. Like, that dude just wants to play normal Righteous Fire, and he's forced to play Minion Righteous Fire with Infernal Legion, and now play Minion Righteous Fire with the staff. He might not be happy about that. I'm sure he's still gonna League start it. He said he isn't starting it? Yeah, I'm not surprised. I don't know, I'm not hyped about, I mean, listen. I'm getting baited by the Warbringer bow, so I can't really say that bow's bait. Or that staff's bait, but the staff looks bait to me.
The foe ahead is formidable. Steel yourself.
I will overcome this challenge.
It burns.
I can't yet.
Look out for the slam. Look out for the slam.
I need more time. This is proof of my strength.
I need you to succeed.
I choose my own.
We are now Bowbringer. We did it. Alright.
Strength.
It should.
I have a different plan.
I want to test something now. Definitely crippled our damage there, but I want to test the interaction, so. And then see what it's like to just instantly go for that at 22 if I had the bow. If I got the first level 21, I mean, I would definitely try and get, you know, a good amount for it. I don't know how much. I'm bad at economy game. No, no, 50 divine. Hey, what's up, Timmy? Thanks for the raid, bro. How you doing, man? How hyped are you for the patch? I'm guessing you are, super hyped. Yeah. I am extremely hyped as well. Yeah, I got it. I don't have mods set up for that. Or add-ons set up for that. I gotta type it myself. Thanks, Simi. Yeah, man. I can't wait, dude. I'm so excited. I'm practicing my league starter. I am probably league starting this bow on a Warbringer. Ironbound. It's really cool. It's got a really cool effect where your arrows that pierce armor break enemies return to you. And right now it is looking like it'll be my league starter. I'm very, very hyped about this bow. It's got some serious potential. How much mana do you need to scale to be good? The problem with mana thorns is, like, it's just not good. Like, compared, like, to normal thorns, it does, like, half the damage, and that's, like, probably, like, not as much. Like, the numbers for mana stacking thorns are not scaled correctly to what mana stacking numbers we can reasonably get to, so... I have never myself played mana stacking thorns because it is, like, from my optics, very bait. But everyone, all the mods in the Thorns Discord that have played mana stacking thorns, like, it's okay. It'll get you clearing, like, you know, tier 1, tier 2 bosses, but I would not play mana stacking thorns personally, especially on League Start. Like, I am personally not League starting thorns because there's a lot of concerns with thorns this patch. Like, Thorns' biggest defensive layer is Leech, and the Leech nerfs are definitely going to hurt us. They're definitely going to hurt us a little bit. And then we just have a new endgame. Like, a lot of, like, there are bosses in this game that just, like, hard counter Thorns because they, like, only do one-shots or, like, some of their attacks just won't trigger Thorns. When we're getting, like, an endgame rework, it's, like, with new bosses, it just seems too risky to play Thorns. I'm probably going to League start Thorns in 1.0 when it's free to play. So, like, all the free-to-play newbies can, like, follow along instead of have to watch old guides. But for this patch with the endgame rework, it's probably fine to play normal Thorns. You'll probably be okay for most of the content, but I would not risk mana stacking Thorns, personally. It's, like, it's a little bait. It could be good on the martial artist. There's a chance. But it's a gamble. There is one of the Thorns Discord mods that's League starting it, so you could follow along with them if you really wanted to, but if you're gonna League start Thorns, I would play Shaman Thorns. Like, I would play Shaman Thorns, unless it gets nerfed. Spent the last 8 hours trying to get Palm of the Dreamer to work. My head hurts. I love Palm of the Dreamer. It's a fun one. Did they even announce a free weekend this time around? No, which they usually announce a free weekend by now, so I don't know if there's going to be one. They might not be trying to encourage new players to, like, dive into the endgame rework, but who knows. Maybe they're looking at... You know what? They're probably looking at it as this is their last chance to sell copies of the game, so make this hype patch not free-to-play weekend, so people that want to try it out are forced to buy it. Like, that's probably why there's no free-to-play weekend, because this is their last opportunity to get massive sales.
I'm not ready.
Yeah, we crippled our damage by forcing this so early. I just wanted to test the interactions for the build. But it is definitely working, as I was hoping. It was piercing. Enemies that I have armor broken with the shot, it does end up piercing, which was the main interaction I wanted to test for the build. Damn, you got one in SSF? That's awesome. Yeah, most of the palm builds I have played have had, like... I've only played 2 palm builds, and they're both just super expensive builds, so... I just had, like, perfect gear for them. Are you familiar with those? Nope. I've only played one build before, and it was, like, a super off-meta, like, it was a Doomfletch build that was, like, twinked out. Nope, I am practicing for a bow league start because, yeah, I've never done that. And I'm doing on a Warbringer too.
Desert is a strange and deadly place.
Escape shot plus snipe when bossing. You'll one-shot then after freeze. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Yeah, I need to, like, watch some bow stuff. I need to, like, watch some bow guides. I got, I pulled a Guy That Dies' speedrun guide, so, like, I'm, like, following his gem selection, but I need to, like, at some point before League launch. Like, because today's the day I decided the build we're doing. Today's, like, the day where I'm like, okay, we're going to make a build about Ironbound Warden Bow. And we're going to do our best to, like, and yeah, I'm just committed to this. Like, the effect arrows return if they have pierced a target which has fully broken armor is so fucking cool. You'll be able to fully automate this on Warbringer. With the 75% block, it'll actually scale well after you upgrade it with the Kalfagargan Rune Forging. And, I mean, I'll go show it again. I just love showing it. Like, the effect of the return shots is super cool. Even on, like a half-assed bad setup. And on the Warbringer bow, it's gonna be, like, 100% chance of shots to pierce and return. But this is what, like, returning arrows look like if you've never seen it before. Because, you, like, right now I think that there's only a few ways you can get return. But it looks really cool with, like, very specific skills. Like, with Ice Shot, like, Ice Shot just shoots an arrow. But, like, the shatters will, like, return. So you get, like, really cool effects. And I'm having to use Ice Wall to showcase it, but, like, in maps, you know, with, like, high density, you know, every arrow is going to be, like, just piercing and returning, no matter what it collides with, and it'll be super cool. And no matter what skill you end up using, like, if you use Spiral Volley, it'll, like, just be ricocheting bullets everywhere back to you. It works with Snipe, so, like, again, on bosses, if you're sniping, you're going to get the double hit, and the snipe will come back, and there's, like, no damage loss when it returns, right? It's just full damage. So, I have a video I posted on my channel today if you want to, like, look into the math on it. Like, we did rough math that's probably inaccurate, and it's probably, like, wrong and below the potential of what it could be. And it's got potential of, like, full clearing the game for sure. Like, on hard difficulties, when scaled. Yeah, I'm super hyped for this bow. It's probably my league starter on a Warbringer. But yes, we're going to be practicing, basically Bowbringer starts because I don't know how to play bow builds. I'm a melee main usually. And, the times I've played bows have been over here. And it wasn't like when we were needing block, you know? Yeah, I mean, I use, like, the duration stuff from Palm is, like, the coolest part about Palm, you know? Obviously, the AoE is, like, the coolest part, technically, but you can do some really goofy stuff when you're abusing that shit. What am I doing with my inventory? How do you plan on getting the bow at League Start? I mean, there's a lot of variables, like, what if it doesn't drop, and, like, what if it's got a high item level, and it doesn't, drop early on? What if it's, like, competitive drop, you know, like, I've played Thorns on League Start, which requires you to buy, like, 50 items throughout the campaign, and I've been able to afford that, so, like, I personally don't think it's going to be a problem. I imagine by hour 2, there's going to be many up on trade site for, like, a handful of Chaos or Exalted Orbs. But, I can't know for sure, you know? Like, it's brand new added, you know? If it's actually a, you know, low-level drop with a average low-level drop rate, it should not be expensive, but we don't know the drop rate of it yet. We don't know the item level of it, so we don't know. The hope is, yes, it's cheap. That's the hope, but there's a lot of coping going on right now. Jesus, bow builds have so many buttons. Alright, I was in Keth. But yeah, you have to trade for it. Now, I did actually post a video on my channel talking about the potential of using Ritual as a unique farm. They are changing Ritual's reward structure to where... yeah, crazy. Perfect timing. They're changing Ritual's reward structure to where... it only gives uniques now. And Freythorn at level 11 has a ritual in it. And if they apply that to that, we can then use the ritual in level 11 to farm it. And there's a way you can reset it to multiple farm the ritual in it. So it's possible you can just get it from your own rituals in solo self-found if you farm it there long enough. But we don't. That's also like a coping speculation thing. I think it makes sense that it would apply to both, but who knows? I'm pretty good at making currency day one, like, but I don't know. I'm not worried about it. Like, even if it ends up being, you know, a couple Chaos Orbs, I'll have that, you know, by the end of Act 2. I think it'll be fine. I'm sure there's somebody I could trade for it with. Like, if I got a good unique drop myself, I'd trade them for it. I'm good at spam whispering people, too, when I need something.
Something like this.
Yeah, there will be a few home run uniques from it. I don't know. I hope it does work that way. And I think I talk about in the video why I think there's a lot of reasons it should like be that way. But you know, it's pure speculation. Hopefully, we can farm ritual, and that'll make the bow, you know, not expensive or farmable for yourself. But who knows? Maybe I don't get to play it until endgame. I doubt that's the case, though. I'd be very shocked if I don't have it by the time I'm a Warbringer. I'd be shocked. So I think I'll be fine.
Steel yourself!
Did they really need all this to prove their faith?
I know most of you are probably waiting for patch notes, but you guys have, like, any inkling on what you're looking to league start? I know some people are, like, a lot of people are already locked in on the Spirit Walker for the companion builds. I know a lot of people are already locked in on monks. Any of you guys know what your league's starting yet? Obviously, the patch notes could change everything, but I think this build's going to be fun and good for endgame. And, to me, that sounds perfect. I want to have fun, but I also want to be able to full clear the end game, because the new end game is like what I want to experience. So this build seems worth committing to in my head, and it's going to be fun off meta bullshit that I like to do. So that was my original plan. Cherry was, I wanted a league start, and it still could happen depending on the patch notes, but there's a Chronomancer rework coming, and what I want to potentially league start is Chronomancer using one of those new ward spending skills, because Chronomancer's rewind time might refund ward. So if you have like a big like ward spending skill that costs like all of your ward, you could use it, rewind, and then use it again for like giga damage or something. So that's like the other league starter I'm thinking of right now. It's either doing some like new skill on a Chronomancer or this build. And for whatever reason, this build's winning me over right now. Oracle or Chiula? Are you playing Chiula just because you like it, or because you think it's getting the new hidden ascendancy? Out of curiosity. You just like the idea of chaos damage? Yeah. Chila Monk's cool. I love me some Chalupa. I suck with eye shot.
I need more time.
'Cause you're gross.
I shall grant you mercy.
People are like theorizing that Chayula's getting the new ascendancy, but
Rest. I will honor your sacrifice.
some people think it'll be something else. So, I don't know. Did they confirm the 9 bosses in the teaser are the only tameable beast boss? I have no idea. I don't know. Sure. Yeah, I liked what Misa said about it too. Like, he essentially said that, like, the way Abyssal Lich worked is, like, the Lich wasn't, like, aligned with the lore of Abyss. It went and, like, it changed its alignment by becoming an Abyssal Lich or whatever. And Chayula Monk going to the Dreamer, like, Chayula is already attached to the Dreamer. So, like, if it changed, like, go listen to what Miso said. It made more sense when he said it. I don't know lore, so. But there is a chance that it is not related to, Chayula. Would be cool though if it was Warrior. I would like it to be Witch Hunter. Give me a reason to play Witch Hunter for League Start.
Welcome.
If in a party, I'll do Grenade Witch Hunter. If solo, I'll probably do Lich Lightning Spear.
How does anyone live in this forsaken wasteland?
Fear will best you!
Yeah, a lot of people were expecting one for Gemling there. Those new Culling Strike gloves sound fun on Witch Hunter. So, like, I love Culling Strike builds, and I love doing them on Witch Hunter. But my problem with Culling Strike builds is, A, they're not, like, bossing friendly. You can solve bossing, but it usually involves, like, scaling your damage so high that, like, it doesn't really matter that you're calling. But the main reason I have an issue with Culling Strike builds right now is because of Blood Mage. Blood Mage has the best Culling Strike builds. Like, period. Like, it's not even close. So if we're gonna play a Blood Mage build with the new gloves, it's like, you might as well play it on, or you're gonna play a Culling build with the new gloves, you should just play it on Blood Mage, because Blood Mage actually has the ability to get 100% Culling Strike threshold for magic monsters. Hey Zazax, I would join the Thorns Discord and find the channel in there that we are talking about this build. It's got all the math for it in the Thorns Discord. I don't want to, like, misquote the math and what people said and stuff. But without using the shitty unique quiver, you needed, like, if only with gear, no passives, and no jewels, you're strictly gear. Excuse me, strictly off of armor scaling. You needed, like, really fucking good amount of armor. Like, you needed really good base armors. Like, near perfect ones. So it's, like, more than likely, like, you can ditch the quiver. The quiver is ditchable, but you're probably either going to at some point have some passives into block chance, or jewels for block chance. But the quiver is definitely ditchable. It is not required. But, if you want only to have 75% block chance purely off of armor on gear, you need really good armor in, like, most slots. And by really good, I mean, like, really good armor. It'll be a fun build because it'll have, like, an arc to it, where, like, there will be many optimization points where you're, like, just scaling your damage by just getting more armor and then freeing up passive points or freeing up gear slots or freeing up jewels.
This land of the dead has no end.
Yeah. Thank you, Crazy. I don't know, Crazy. Like, what they were saying in the Thorns Discord was not that. I'm not, like, I don't pretend to, like, understand the math, so they could be wrong, but they made it seem like a lot of armor was needed to play without the quiver and without passives and without jewels. If it's purely 75% block crap off of armor pieces. So I think it doesn't account, like, scaling you get from passives and stuff. It's, like, only the base armor. But maybe it's, like, wrong. I don't know. And so one thing to take into account, though, Zax, is we don't know, like, if there's going to be a range on the base of the block. We don't know what corruptions will do. So, like, that does change stuff. But what Zazak said is, like, true. It's, like, you know. Yeah, we have an entire, like, I'm probably league starting it, so there's going to be a lot of discussion on this bow. So if you end up playing along with, like, yeah, definitely watch the chats in the Thorns Discord. The Thorns Discord's basically an off-meta Discord right now, so, like, we talk more about not Thorns than Thorns. Because everyone's just like, oh, this is cool, let's figure out how to min-max it if it doesn't have potential all the time, so, but yeah. Did I get both? I did, okay. I whiffed.
I'm not ready.
How did it go up there? I was poking him. Darn you, snipe. I'm bad with bow skills. This is why we're doing practice run, boys. To learn how to bow. It was like... It keeps locking me a certain way when I'm sniping sometimes. I don't know why. annoying hitbox thing or something, targeting thing. I need to learn how to boo. Too much melee brain. Yeah, and that's like 10 point. I think the Thorns Discord said something like 9. It was like somewhere around 9,000 ish. So that's closer to what the Thorns Discord was saying. Crazy. And that's like base armor. Like, I think runes count. But like anything that manipulates it from the passive tree wouldn't. And like something like scavenge plating wouldn't, you know, so it has to be like on your gear. And yeah, you need a lot of armor to like just, if you have block nowhere else. More than likely, you're gonna have like, hopefully there's a new Kalgurin rune that gives us block. Hopefully, like, there's a few other sources of getting block. I assume, like, you have these points right here. You're, like, more than likely, because you like to play defensive, or I like to play defenses, at some point, I'm probably going to have Relentless and Sturdy Metal, especially if I'm using Brass Dome, I'll take Sturdy Metal. At that point, it's only 3 passives to get, what, 22% block chance right here. And then, at some point, you will have Lay Siege, and you're probably, unless your, like, tree is, like, going up this way for crit stuff instead, you're probably going to get Lay Siege, and getting Lay Siege gives you 10% more block chance. So, realistically, you're going to have some block chance from the tree. I would assume just for the efficiency sake, but, like, if you're trying to min-max it mathematically to where you had only armor to scale it, yeah, you know, you need a fuckload, but I don't think it'll be that intense with the min-maxing. You're gonna have some on the tree. You can probably avoid getting any on jewels. You might, if there's a good time loss jewel variant, there might be a time loss jewel that has block that we use, but I would have to like fuck with the tree for it. But I think you would ultimately try and get as much armor on your gear as possible. Though one thing to take into account is the ward system. The ward might be a good defensive layer, and we might want to lower, because like you have to sacrifice armor for ward at that point. So like we might like sacrifice some armor for ward, which means we would need more block elsewhere. It's going to be a big dance to figure out. The important thing is it's going to be fun. $5K is not hard to get, because Brass Dome can get over 4,000. Brass Dome with armor runes in it pushes like 5,000. I mean, let's see if there's any Brass Domes in this league. There's none. But Brass Dome alone, you know, pushes 5K armor. With a good corrupt, right? Maybe it's 4K. Pretty sure Brass Dome can get like the 4,400. It gets over 4,000, 99% sure. So, like, Brass Dome alone gets you a large chunk there. It's definitely an investment. It's not going to be, like, you know, easy, but 5K is definitely not that big of a deal. Actually getting, like, the pure 10K or whatever might be hard, but 5K is definitely doable. And then you can get, like, 1,000 to 2,000 armor from gloves. Like, The gloves can get super fucking thick on armor. If you have the 60% socket bonus. There's a Titan with 111k armor this league. Yeah, you can get a pretty thick armor count. And that's without scavenge plating, I assume. So he probably has a bigger armor than that in combat. If he's running scavenge. The highest armor I've gotten, I think, is 70-ish K in combat with scavenge plating. I've gotten pretty high armor counts before, but I don't think I've ever broken 100k before. But I hit like 70k, I want to say, last league. 0.3, not 4. I've been mainly playing life leech builds and life stacking builds this league. Oh, also, keep in mind, by the way, guys, they said in the reveal stream, the bases of armor is getting leveled up a little bit. So all of our bases will be slightly better. So that will make hitting the 9k armor cap a little bit easier. Won't be a lot easier, but it will be easier with slightly higher bases. I'm 99% sure they said the armor bases were getting a level up. Did they say EHP? I don't know. So much shit has been said. I'm pretty sure Miso said on the podcast that someone told... Was it Rabbit? I'm gonna blame one of them for lying to me. Or maybe they told the truth. It was either armor EV bases got leveled up or armor bases got leveled up. But something about bases got a slight upgrade. I'm pretty sure it was armor bases. I've got brain soup, though, after this last week. Yeah, I was theory crafting the Titan, Zax. It just seems like Warbringer would be better. Because, like, to get Titan investment to 70% block, you have to use, like, the Anvil, right? Sacrificing the Amulet slot alone is, like, a massive L. Like, that just puts it way, way behind on damage with just that alone. But then the Titan also has to invest into, like, maximum block on the tree, and, like, it just it would not be worth it, for sure. It, like, has to be Warbringer. Yeah, you're all right, though. Like, I was trying really hard to see if Titan would be worth it, and I don't think so. Like, you could do it, but you should just do it on Warbringer. Like, for sure. You could do it, but it would definitely be a meme build then. Gotcha, Jans. Well, then never mind to that, then. Well, it helped the early and mid-game ones, then, but... Nice. Yeah, Darkness is overpowered. Darkness is definitely overpowered. Or, I don't know about overpowered, but slept on. Chrono, Warbringer, what's next? You know, the patch notes will decide. I don't pretend to like living with me, but, you know, I have to. It's hard. It's hard picking a league starter. What do you want from me? It's hard. There's so many options, so many cool things to play. I'm just trying to play something new. I've got like 8 old builds I want to play, like supporting Fire Tactician and shit, but for my league starter, I want to play something new, so I'm at least using a new thing. Just pick whatever Flood Gun is playing? No! It's expensive playing that build. Whatever Fub's doing is gonna be expensive. You gotta play Dead Rabbit builds and Miso Shiro builds if you want cheap builds. Specifically Miso builds. They're poor people builds. Yeah, and Darkness is also really good at whatever it's called, Sanctum. You exclusively league launch Quinn builds? Hell yeah. Most of my league starts end up being, you know, low DPS builds. I try goofball shit and it never ends up working out, but I think this one might work out. Cool. I need to upgrade. Oh, I need to level up my Frost Bomb. It's not exposing anymore. I'm really bad at that. Oh, look at my flask. I'm still using the Act 1 flask, the basic flask. I'm a bum. We can do it. I believe in me. Oh, Life Sprig.
Time to make my escape.
+3?
Greetings.
Oh, +3. Look at that. Too bad, you know, we're in a private league where it doesn't really matter. And honestly, a +3 Life Sprig at this high of a level is not good. You really only want a +3 Life Sprig. It's like below level 10.
Do not wander. My wares
Do not wander.
will unburden you. Goodbye.
Need more int,
Greetings.
I have a different plan.
but I should probably ditch Frostbomb before long. Do you think ice tipped arrows will be good with the new bow? I have no idea. I'm gonna test every single shot we have. I'm gonna see every single possibility. I have no clue. I don't know if it pierces, like you know.
It is time
If it can pierce, it can probably be cool.
for glory.
Where the hell do I need to go? Oh, I didn't take the horn. That's why. I'm just confused.
Thank you. Slaves. This goes against everything the Ezamites stand for.
Darn. Any skill you can use barrage with? Interesting.
Let the
I am hesitant. The Balbalak, you have your orders.
Ice Tip, Arrow, Twister, Spirit Walker? That sounds crazy.
This is a graveyard unlike
It can definitely be used with other stuff, Jack, but like... The bow was designed for Warbringer for sure, like... Whoever made that bow is a Warbringer main. Which build you talking about? KVNG? What build's gonna be expensive? Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Those builds, yes. I mean, any meta build, and those guys, like, play, you know, meta blaster builds. Those are always expensive. For sure. Especially bows of, like, spear archetypes and, like, any whip, like, anything that's, like, has a, like, you know, a competitive crafting market always gets expensive. Which is the reason why I'm excited to use this unique bow. There's no way this unique bow is, like, expensive. Unless it's, like, an uber late game drop. 6 minutes? Okay, I'll check it out.
Yo, hello, what's going on?
Oh, I love phalanx. I'll have to. I'm probably gonna do another fresh start run tomorrow, and I'll probably like watch through his guide and watch it. My ADHD brain doesn't like watching videos on stream though. Even though I know Rabbit and like people love React content and stuff. And, like, Rabbit will, like, watch videos for, like, 2 hours in a row. I don't know why. I get uncomfortable when I'm watching videos on stream. Yeah, I'm gonna do a new run tomorrow, probably. Where I'll just do another Warbringer from level 1. Because I did a lot of goofy stuff. I don't really like Lightning Arrow, if I'm being honest. I'm not a fan. So I definitely don't see me using it in late game. I assume... I don't want to play the Poison Burst. Like, I mean, really, I'm just not a fan of bow builds. The one bow build I played was a Doomfletch build, and I used Spiral Volley for clear. I really like Spiral Volley. Ice Shot looks cool too. I really like Spiral Volley and Snipe, though. Those are my favorite bow skills, I think. I think Spiral Volley is really cool. Is there a better way to level up other than Lightning Arrow Rod? I assume no, because all the speedrunners level up Lightning Arrow that play bow builds. So, usually the speedrunners are a good indication of the meta for, like, you know, fast leveling builds. Now, like, if you have, like, uniques and stuff like Plague Fingers and stuff, I'm sure there's, like, different types of leveling builds you could do, but if you're just talking about, like, League Start, Blasters, like, it just seems like Lightning Arrow is... Until you get Ice Shot, which is, like, level 31, I think. I don't think you get Ice Shot till Camp Act 3. I have a gem on me? Yeah, it's like... Starting out, it'd either be Lightning Arrow or Poison Burst. I've never leveled with Poison Burst. I might need to try it as one of my practice runs. I don't know if you do bow mains have thoughts on Poison Burst as a league start viability, but everyone seems to play Lightning Arrow initially. On this row, I've played Stormcaller Arrow forever ago. I don't know if it's any good anymore. I have no clue. Which one's Freezing Salvo?
Passively accumulates.
Oh, that one. I've never played with Fine Arrow. I haven't played with Freezing Salvo since 0.2, I think.
Ice-tipped arrows cause your bow attacks.
I don't know if I've ever used Ice-tip arrows. I'm a big bow noob, so I've never played Toxic Growth or Gas Arrow. So I don't know shit. I'm gonna be testing stuff, I guess, in the lead up to 0.5. Poison Burst is bad for leveling. Yeah, I mean, Ice Shot, like, based off the testing I did, Ice Shot is, like, one of the clear winners for what you should play with the bow I'm playing with. Because Ice Shot, when it shatters, like, the projectiles from the ice shattering from Ice Shot will return to you. So it's just, like, giga damage. So Ice Shot just kind of seems like a no-brainer. But, like I said before, I really like Spiral Volley. And I think Spiral Volley could be equally as fun.
Fear will best you.
I think it's obvious from bosses you're going to use Snipe. It doubles on the damage. I haven't upgraded my quiver this... Like, I'm so bad at this game. I haven't upgraded my rings, my ammi. I just, like, go full autopilot and just, like, stop thinking about loot. And I need to get in, like... Because I play with so many twink characters throughout this league. Where you just, like, use fucking OP gear from level 1 and you don't think about it. And I gotta get in the habit of, like, slamming all my gear.
I can't hit.
I think weapon swap points are so untapped. I mean, there's some people who abuse the hell out of them. Witch Hunter mains, no. Witch Hunter mains that love the fucking weapon set passive. But I agree, like, overall, a lot of, like, there are so many people that don't even use them at all. But the reason why I love Witch Hunter is because you get all weapon set passives, and there are some really fun builds you can do with that. I love me some Witch Hunter, though. It's my most played class by, like, a lot. I've probably leveled, like, 8 of them at this point. Big Witch Hunter sip. Witch Hunter likely to be like my 3rd or 4th character for sure. Could be 2nd, but I'm not sure yet. Oh yeah, they definitely need to let us route through jewel slots. It's really stupid that you can't. We've talked about that on the podcast, that should be the case. You should definitely be able to path through jewel nodes. Because, like, there's, like, it would be okay if the passive tree was made taking into account that node. But the passive tree's base was made forever ago, and that Witch Hunter 124 passives is a new addition. It was originally, like, a little bit, and it wasn't, like, near as intense. But now that you can, like, do every single point as weapon set passives on Witch Hunter, it, like, opens up, like, so many possibilities, but it doesn't really because of the jewel slots limitation. So it could be, like, so much better. Quit talking about Witch Hunter. You're gonna make me want to league start it, and I'm trying to play a Warbringer build. Witch Hunter's the best. Oh yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a long league. I'm gonna make so many characters this league, for sure. I saw a dude saying Spirit Walker will be insane with Oil Barrage. I mean, Oil Barrage in general is insane. This bow works on Witch Hunter. I mean, it doesn't work as well as Warbringer. Like, it wouldn't be good to do it on the Witch Hunter, in my opinion. But yeah, Oil Barrage is crazy. I think Dragon is highly slept on, though, in general. Yeah, I'm never replacing my Mana Blast. Fuck it. Like, yeah, like right now, I want to really play new builds. Like, I just want to play something new, but like, supporting fire tactician is like super high on my list of things I want to play again. To the point, like, it's like almost league start contender for me. But I just really want to play something brand new.
Take care.
So, I guess that's what we're doing.
The path to let go.
I mean, yeah, Oil Barrage, you gotta stand there, but it bodies bosses, that's for sure.
Quickly.
I will play Witch Hunter for sure, such a fun class. I love Witch Hunter. And then with a new endgame, like, Sorcery Ward could be, like, super clutch. Zealous Inquisition is just very strong.
Thank you. Sands guide you.
I'm not nimble enough.
I don't think it's gonna make DPS increase. 2 prod skills won't be good enough. We take that. That was an Exalt into prod skills, an Exalt into fire damage, and an Exalt into physical damage. Thank you. Witch Hunter will only go up and up as we get more weapons too. I mean, that's part of the reason why I'm not league starting Witch Hunter is because we didn't get a new weapon. Like, my original, like, I was swearing up and down that I was league starting Witch Hunter swords for, like, a month leading into the patch. Because I was just so confident, or Witch Hunter axes. Like, I was just so confident we were getting a new weapon, and I'd be doing whatever weapon with Witch Hunter. So... Is there a consensus worth ascendancy? I mean, I think most people would say Chayula Monk. I don't think there is a worse... Like, there's no ascendancy that's just straight up awful, but I would say most people would put
We now have the
Gemling, Chayula Monk, and Chronomancer at the bottom.
to the last.
I think all three of them have, like, use cases with depending on the build, but I feel like the overall people would say those three are the worst.
Heal yourself!
But yeah, with how long this league is looking to be, you know, we're going to be able to play all the builds we want to play, so I'm not stressing it too bad. I'm sure I'll get more stress as we get towards League launch day. It'll be really hard to lock in a choice, but I don't know. I think there's a lot of potential with this Bowbringer build, so it'll probably be what I play. I remember there was a GGG showcase once from before, yeah, for a dragon build, I think. I mean, yeah, Gemling's just in an awkward spot after they nerfed the stat stacking, and it just never got compensated properly. Like, yeah, the plus skills problem does make Gemling a little less appealing because there's so many sources of it. But I just think they didn't, like, rebuff them properly after they nerfed them from stat stacking in 0.1. There are some interesting use cases for Gemlings. It is a good well-rounder, but, like, being a well-rounder isn't a good Ascendancy. Like, Ascendancy should be overpowered at what they do. And, like, Gemling is really good in, like, quality stacker builds. There are, like, very specific builds that, like, stacking quality is really nice. But most of the time if you're playing Gemling, there's, like, probably a better option. Yeah, Gemling's definitely in the bottom tier. It might be the worst Ascendancy in the game, honestly. Because I honestly have a soft spot in my heart for Chronomancer. I think Chronomancer is not as bad as people make it out to be. It just doesn't fit the way some people want to play the game.
You again.
And I think Chayula slept on a little bit.
Do you even know
But
what he is?
I would say probably Gemling's the worst Ascendancy
You
right
find
now.
my king far more capable
Hey, what's up, Pallet Box?
than my king.
Thanks for the raid, bro. Hope you're doing well.
Take the power you
We are potentially league starting a new unique bow on a Warbringer, so we are doing bow practice. I am not a bow main, so I am, you know, learning how to league start this Ascendancy. Or league start this bow archetype. But playing it on a Warbringer. Look at me still using my level 1, my starter mana flask. I've pointed out that I need to replace it 8 times, and I still haven't replaced it. I'll read chat after the boss fight. That's some poop DPS. Are you excited for the patch, Palette? I assume you are. Oh yeah, I'm not saying Gemling is, like, bad. Like, there are builds that Gemling definitely excels on. Especially, like, quality stacking builds. But, like, you know, the question was, what is the worst Ascendancy? If I had to pick one, you know, I would say I would put Chronomancer and Shayula Monk higher than Gemling. So I would put Gemling as bottom. But it ain't awful. But it's definitely not as versatile as you would hope. I ate that for sure. That was an awful dodge roll. Lucky I didn't die there. Yeah, for sure. I'm a noob though, so a measly 60 hours keeps me excited for the game period. Yeah, for sure. Well, I hope you have fun playing. I'm super excited for this patch for someone who's got a lot more hours than that, so I'm very excited for the end game rework. But there's just like, even for like someone who's got as many hours as me, like so much is changing that it's just like, holy shit.
The war protects.
Pretty much sour. Like, I would say there's very specific quality stacking builds. Like, obviously there's going to be other examples you can use for gemling. But, like, quality stacking builds, like, there's some builds that I've pushed to over 60% or 60% quality. Like, that you can do on gemling easily. So, like, those are the builds I think of where it's like, that's where gemling shines, just because you can get a little bit, I think it's 12% or 14% quality from the tree. Maybe it's more. I think it's 12 or 14.
For honesty.
Sorry, let me read chat, YouTube chat. Hey, what's up, Daniel?
I am the thief of
You update the thorns is the next...
I am sin.
The next... Oh, sorry. So the next time I'm League starting thorns will be for 1.0. I will definitely play thorns again in the next patch, but it won't be my League starter. I think it's bait. I don't know if it's bait. It's just like with a new endgame overhaul, with like all the new bosses and stuff, it just seems risky to play thorns. So I'm not going to be League starting it this patch. I'll do it. I'll League start it next patch though. When the game goes free to play with 1.0, there's going to be a lot of people that are like trying out the game, and they're going to be like, "Oh, thorn seems cool," and
I am fond of that.
crap.
An outcast's trove. I will take this.
Welcome. Yes. And
The beast has grown too powerful. We can no longer.
If you're wanting to like just experience the end game and do everything on like the base difficulties, maybe get to like yellow or red maps, Thorns is more than good enough for that. But my concern is doing like hard tier 3 content, you know, the juiciest maps and stuff. And with the leech nerf, Thorns a little bit of a gamble to want to play. Thorns depends heavily on leech. So, without knowing how exactly it's going to impact things, I don't know.
You'll need more than that. I'm not ready.
Oh, that clipped me. Barely, but it clipped me.
Corruption infests even the trees.
Like, obviously the patch notes changes everything, you guys. Like, I can't say for certain what I'm playing, so. You're right, like, the 21st will really decide things. Something crazy would have to happen on the 21st, though, for me to not either play this or Chronomancer. Yeah, fuck the flask. We're not upgrading it. At this point, we're locked in on using the lesser mana flask for the rest of the game. Or until I remember when I'm in town.
I can't yet.
I don't remember that Alaska, but the early days of 0.1 and 0.2, there were a lot of struggle buses with some of these bosses, that's for sure. You know, and I'm equally excited about the campaign layout changes as I am about the end game, to be honest. Like, I cannot wait to play the new campaign just as much. Like, I'm just excited for this fucking patch. It's gonna be so good. And if it's not, I don't know. We go play Diablo 4 forever. Forever. Don't say the D word. My bad, my bad, my bad. My bad.
People here. Not quite. Treasure hunters.
I mean, martial arts looks super cool. I think there's going to be a lot of fun builds, especially with that channeling bell. Like, I bet you people do really cool shit with it. Part of me wants to league start martial artist, but I don't think so. I don't like that side of the tree. Most of my experience is, like, down on, like, this section or down here. And then I've got, like, okay experience up here. And then playing the crit nodes up here. But, like, this whole side of the tree is like my least experience. So like, if I were to league start martial artists, I would be like the, you know, most fish out of water I could be personally. Hey, how's it going, Kadachi? We just made it to Act 3. It's been a good run. You know, I'm gonna do another one where I don't have like a unique bow that I picked up, so I can get like a better feel for it. But I'm super excited for the build. When I mess with the recover or whatever it's called, the effect where arrows come back to me, like the potential of it looks fucking incredible.
You've got some goods in.
Like, it just looks freaking awesome, and that's not even like. Some of these arrows aren't hitting 2 frost walls, so they're not all returning. When I'm mapping, every single one of these arrows will return to me. Every single one of them. On the Warbringer. It's like, I don't know if you guys played or saw my Bulletstorm Witch Hunter build, but it was like just dense with arrows everywhere, and it's gonna look like this. Are you gonna run Kadriro's Quiver? I have no idea. There is a quiver, like, in the early game called Rear Guard that you would use while leveling because you're scaling the block stuff off of the bow. This is the bow I'm league starting if you're just now, like, if you only recently tuned in. There's a new bow coming out in the next patch. It's called Ironbound bow. I've got a video on my channel I released today where I'm talking about this as my potential league starter. I'll be playing this as a league starter probably on a Warbringer. It has the effect, arrows return if they have pierced a target, which has fully broken armor. And Warbringer has the ability to break armor with all of their hits, and then you have this node down here, which makes projectiles pierce enemies with fully broken armor. And the way the order of operations works is, with your first shot, you can hit the enemy, break its armor, and then the pierce calculates after both of those things. So you will technically pierce the target you have broken armor on. So even your first shot on a Warbringer, if that first shot hits hard enough to break armor, will pierce and then come back to you. So on a Warbringer with enough damage, you have the arrows return to you essentially fully automated. Versus, like, in the current setup, having to use Drill Neck, you need to pierce 2 targets, right? So, in this setup, some of the arrows aren't 100% of the time returning to me. Versus the Warbringer, it will 100% of the time turn to me. And the cool thing about this bow is it scales off of your block chance. And that's why another reason we're going Warbringer. Warbringer has the highest potential of block chance in this game. Titan's like 70 to 72% cap. So, if, like, and Warbringer can do that 75% with minimum investment. So, from there you just stack armor, and the bow ends up having a competitive DPS when you take into account the fact that it returns to you. And then you take into the account that we're going to be able to upgrade the base of these weapons with the Kalguran rune system to level 78 bases. So, it'll actually do good damage. It's a fucking badass looking effect. Here's Ice Shot, by the way. Look what Ice Shot looks like. Oh, I'm in a bad spot because I fucking put myself here. Hold on. Like, Ice Shot looks awesome. And that's what it's going to be like every shot you hit in maps. Any enemy you hit, it's like Ice Shot shoots a single arrow, but when it breaks, it shatters into multiple projectiles. And as long as those will return to you. So it's just, oh, the pick is blocking it? That's so funny. I'm sorry, you guys. I'll get full charges so you can see a full one.
I'm not ready.
So that's basically going to be like every shot you take with this bow on the Warbringer. On any enemies you hit. And when you're at that 75% block cap, with the improved base that we're getting from the Kalguran upgrades, it's gonna have competitive DPS. Now, it won't be comparable to rare bows with, like, perfect crafts and, like, projectile skills on it, but it's definitely gonna be good enough to clear the game. And just, like, imagine this effect, like, in big maps, you know? Like, it's gonna look so cool with all the arrows, like, just bouncing around. And one thing to keep in mind is this is without chain and fork. You can also chain and fork after you pierce. And I have no idea how that would interact with arrows returning. So, like, it could even be crazier looking. So yeah, it's very likely going to be my league starter. It's going to be fun visually, it's going to be fun to play, and it's going to be weird off-meta bullshit, which, you know, the weirder it is, the more fun I have, for some reason. But yeah, I think it's going to be a surprisingly good build, and I'm very excited to league start it. And worst case, it's going to be a fun leveling build that looks really fun, you know. We'll see what happens. But that effect is so cool looking. Like, look at, like the returning ice shards is so awesome. Hey, thanks, Censored. So yeah, I'm very excited about this build. Also, I'm not even showing Tornado Shot. Like, you know, you get more projectiles or whatever with Tornado Shot. That was cool. That was cool. That was the first time I've seen it literally go every direction. I mean, so imagine doing that on top of a boss. Imagine doing that on top of a boss. But you won't need frost walls. I have the pickup again? God, I'm a fucking shit streamer, you guys. I'm fucking ass at this game. Alright. Here's what it looks like with Tornado Shot. I mean, that's pretty sick. Like, bosses, when you're doing that, like, you know, again, you won't need Frost Wall to get this effect on launch. You literally just need Tornado Shot down in a boss. And... boom. They're just gonna get one shot. And it works with Snipe, too. If Snipe pierces, it will return. So Snipe will be, like, bodying bosses... There's no way that's not overpowered, right? Like, I feel like it's gonna be... if the damage scales like we hope, it's going to be fucking awesome. Worst case... best case, you know... or, like, I guess worst case, it's at least a really good leveling build, and it's fun to look at. But I have a feeling this is gonna go... this is gonna go the distance. This is my league starter, boys. This is my league starter for sure. Alright, I'm going to end the stream there, guys. It is bedtime for me. It was just a short, late night stream. I will be live tomorrow to get more practice with the build. But thanks for hanging out, everybody. You know, in the lead up to the patch, you know, you'll just expect me to flesh out some of my build guides from the previous patches, but also get, like, league starter content for this build setup. The podcast episode is now live. Let me link it to you guys. Give me a second. There we go. The podcast just got posted, so if you haven't seen the podcast episode we recorded yesterday with Rax, if you missed the live one, there's the link. But yeah. I'm gonna send you guys over to the homie Prada. Love me some Prada. Prada is a much better build maker than me. I'm really bad at hosting. Give me a second. Oh, spelling his... I always think his number is different than 787. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Yeah, it was fun. I'll see you guys tomorrow if you're around. Have a good night.